we only have one more day until we are finally in the month of December, which means we're only getting closer to ERLC releasing their 2024 winter update. Now, some of you may know that this is the second video I'm doing about ERLC winter update prediction suggestions and ideas for what is coming into the game. And as you know, if you've seen the last video or if you have not, I will put a card on the top right of the screen to check that out and then come back here. But the tradition in these videos is that I make an entirely new Roblox game, ERLC 2.0, to represent my ideas of what could be coming into the game. And if you haven't yet figured it out, if you haven't looked behind me, this is our first major prediction suggestion / ideas that could be possibly coming in 2024 ERLC's winter update that would bring so much more roleplay, so many more opportunities for roleplay videos and all of the above. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to catch myself a lift before this thing breaks. Oh no, I think it might already be breaking. But as I'm catching a lift here, oh my gosh, I think I'm just gonna sit right here and catch this lift. I want to quickly mention that every model in this game that has a script in it, like this ski lift for example, is a free model and I did not make. But the actual terrain I did make, like the actual map I did make, but this is breaking really bad right now. But as we're getting a lift up, let's talk about our first major suggestion, which would actually be ski resorts. Now, hopefully ski resorts would not be as buggy as this one is, but you could catch a lift all the way to the top of a High Rock Park mountain, which I'm actually going to show a picture of on the screen right now where this resort could be put. Maybe I'll draw on it so you can get a better example of how it would be. But that would show where we could actually place this resort. Now, I've got to take you off the picture. Oh my gosh. I was going to say need to take you off the picture so we can make it. But we just fell off the ski lift. What? Guys, this is not part of the plan at all. This is such a broken model. I'm just going to keep running up here. But once again, ERLC could add an entire ski resort with a functional ski lift. Not this broken mess. But they could actually make their own ski lift and a resort using suggestion / major feature number 2, skis and snowmobiles. Now listen, we wouldn't only have snowmobiles for the civilians. I'm gonna put up a quick little edit of an actual civilian Liberty County snowmobile that could make it into the game, and then an actual realistic snowmobile that is in real life for the LEO police department teams. Now that we've said, obviously this ski resort would be in High Rock Park, which means I'm not sure if the snowmobile would be locked to the sheriff's team or if it would also be given to the police department teams due to the housing suburbs they cover, or if there's really crazy snow going on. But let's stop talking about examples and let's go on to another poorly made scripted snowmobile here. As you see, I do have skis in my inventory, but they do not work, so we're just gonna ignore that. We're gonna hop on this, and as I said before, we're able to perfectly control this and just zoom down the fake recreation of a ski resort here. Now, if ERLC actually added a whole ski resort with a ski lift in a hill, I'm thinking there could be multiple trails and paths people could take, not just the main thing where the ski lift goes over, but the top could branch out into 3-5 different trails / hills. People could ski down, get their snowmobiles, and glide down. But for this example, I only have the main hill here. So let's just zoom down here. And once we're at the bottom, we're going to move on to our third major prediction, which obviously includes all this as well. Let's go down here. There we go. We're zooming past all the broken, oh my gosh, the ski lifts. You can actually go, oh my gosh, I just knocked one of them off. We can actually go back up in this because remember, it is a poorly built model. I'm floating in the air right now. Remember, if this was brought into the game, this would be more functioning like an ATV, for example. So it wouldn't really be going up to 150 miles an hour or jumping like anything crazy here. But I did add a few hills that the snowmobile would be able to jump, or if anyone with their skis would be able to jump. Oh my gosh, you know what? Let's just head down. This is way too destructive for me. Oh my gosh, go down here. Get down here. Now that we're back at the bottom of the resort, as you see, as I mentioned in the last video, which I'm not going to put as a major suggestion in this one, is the snow effects and this like fog, like the snow fog effects. It's a little faint because it's covering the entire mountain, but this would also be an addition added to the game. But enough yap, let's get out of the game and let's actually go into ERLC to discuss our next predictions. And finally, number 3, if you cannot already tell, it involves fishing as I'm standing next to my very modern car. But it's not only about fishing. As you know, during the winter months, the lakes and rivers actually freeze. But there's just one difference this time of year. This time, ERLC has added this brand new fishing feature. And if the lake freezes over, all the fish are just going to be stuck underwater, which means there's only one thing we can do to prevent this so that Bayo Bill can keep bringing in the profits and so that I can bring in my profits as well. And this actually involves ice fishing. You would need to go down over to the tool store and buy yourself a little icebreaker tool drill. I don't really know what it's called, but it's an icebreaker tool drill that you would have to put into the water to cut yourself a little opening. Then you would just step on the ice, put a little chair next to the hole, and you would just start fishing through that hole, and boom, you can now still earn your money through a little hole/crack in the frozen over lake and sell all your fish to Bayo Bill, just like I'm hopefully gonna get this one. Come on, I need this to be a legendary fish I can sell to Bayo. Come on, right here. And oh, bright herring. Okay, not really that good. Here, Bayo, I don't even want this fish. Just take it, $95, sure, because we're gonna move over to our next major suggestion, which is number 4, a pickup truck revamp, which brings an entirely new feature to every single SUV/pickup truck in the game, allowing for civilian push bars on every single vehicle there is. So you can get a new pickup truck as a civilian, head over to the mod shop and buy a brand new push bar on your vehicle for around $500. But that's not only what's coming. If we go back to the LEO/sheriff teams and look at their push bars, there is just one thing missing that ERLC can definitely do. In the last Christmas update, ERLC added Christmas wreaths onto the front of each push bar vehicle as a customizable option. Instead of a Christmas wreath, with the new blizzards and dark snowy nights coming in this update, there would be floodlights on top of the vehicle's push bars, allowing for additional lighting onto the vehicle. But that's not only it with the pickup truck revamps. If we look at the trunk of this vehicle, this very big pickup truck right here, there is something missing in the trunk that could definitely be there. An equipment box, not including all of these cones back here, but perhaps they could have a few traffic cones in the back. But a full-on utility box in the back of the trunk would allow LEOs to store more gear in their vehicles instead of just stuffing it in the front. And as you see here, these utility boxes are already in the game. And if we look at it, it's really just two pieces stuck together. So this wouldn't even be that difficult to add as a customizable object. But once again, I am not an ERLC developer, which means I would not fully know. But it doesn't stop there. There would be a brand new addition of 2 new pickup trucks on the civilian teams, which would be just as they look right here and right here. Now, before we continue to our last major suggestion/feature into the game, tell me what you think of all the predictions I have already put in this video. And if you have any predictions of your own, make sure to comment down below and see what others think as well. But that brings us on to our last major prediction, suggestion, and idea for ERLC's Winter 2024 update, which are actually a combination of 2 honorable mentions. which the first one involves shootable street lights. Now, if you look at this, it would not only be for street lights, but as you see, I've got a full-on shotgun, and no matter how many times I shoot the street light, it just eats up all of the bullets on it and does not do a thing. A brand new immersive feature that could come into the winter update of 2024 involves actually shooting lights and it turning off or breaking. Now, this wouldn't only be for immersion role plays. Criminals could use this to their advantage, or cops if they're hiding in the dark, like over there. Like, let's see that barn light. That barn light is really gonna rat me out if I'm a criminal staying at the barn for some reason. So boom, I shoot it and it turns off. It's not very difficult. Boom. Now the light is off and there's literally no light source around this spot at all. Which brings us to our last honorable mention for our number 5 suggestion, which is actually tractor salt trucks. Now, I don't really know. It's tractor snowplows more than anything, but that was our last honorable mention that the farmers could be using. Remember, make sure you're subscribing if you enjoyed these predictions. Give me a rating on each prediction as well and how well I did explaining them. And then do not forget to leave your own predictions. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.